To the tail end now of the program, where we continue to look at the state of the economy right now, focusing on the Kenya National Trading Corporation and how we should streamline it, how also stakeholders need to be involved, that the corporation needs to hear also the stakeholders as far as inputs are concerned, primarily also on the edible oils is what we are discussing, and a lot of other issues as well. There is a dollar distortion that was in the market, and since we had also the interbank rates being streamlined as well, it seems there is a modicum of restoration from that particular angle. And also the wealthy Kenyans, they're taking advantage right now to stash away a lot of dollars in the dollar accounts. So we continue apace with the conversation. Before we took a short break, we had to hear from Billow Kerrow, especially on the Kenya National Trading Corporation. Do you hold with the view what Patrick is actually putting on the table, that yes, there's an avenue to try and involve stakeholders and make the KNTC more friendlier, especially to the businessmen here in the country, instead of them overriding that particular issue of looking at what input we have for the businessmen here and them importing directly. They could bring raw materials, then distribute, or make sure that you're buying it at an affordable rate.
Yeah, but you see, the whole thing about KNTC today, in today's liberalized economy, you don't even need the KNTC to do what Patrick suggests.
We don't need it.
In petroleum, they didn't need another entity to import on behalf of. It's within that particular industry, you can create that competitiveness if you want, or get a government to government if you want import of crude palm oil if you want. But you don't need an institution, which itself is a company like ours, trading and competing with us. Today, KNTC, the last couple of weeks, they're shopping around now, buying even products locally, beans, cooking oil, and what, and then they're going to sell it. Last week they were told, oh, there's no money, so many of the guys who are now in the process of delivering are stuck. So we don't need the government to be doing that kind of trading. They decided off with something like, if you tell me something like fertilizer, something like crude palm oil, something that the government can get competitively, and then give it to whatever. But if it is going to be the way it is operating now, where it's given to a briefcase company to import on behalf of, and then charge their premium. For example, the cooking oil, they're buying a 20-liter jerrycan. These companies, all of them are in the news. I mean, you've seen them. They're owned by CSCs and others. They buy a jerrycan at $21, CIF Mombasa. Then they put their $4 or $5 on each jerrycan and give it to KNTC. Then KNTC, because it's supposed to subsidize, will sell it at a subsidy, because they're not paying duty. It's duty free. And so what they're going to do is shut down all the other businesses. Now we can't sell because we can't compete with an institution that is not going to pay taxes and that is going to subsidize the price further. But the whole idea was allow Nderitu to get his $5. That's the whole motive that drove all these things. And we've said, is this really necessary? So I think institutions like those don't have
So this is a very nifty way of tax avoidance.
And it's not a very good thing to do. And the tax, by the way, that whether they are given to this entity is illegal. Our East African Customs Management Act, it's in black and white. You cannot allow an entity like this one. It doesn't enjoy any tax waiver status, except Parliament. No one can eliminate tax, which is there by law. And it has not gone to Parliament. So the Ndungu is just forced to sign a letter to KRA. I have given a waiver.
So essentially what they're doing is illegal.
Of course, It's illegal. Everybody knows it's illegal. And Kenya Law Society have gone to court on that matter. And I
saw it.
But so coming back to, I think, this whole issue of but I want to comment on this one.
Billow should say Bunyasi, not Nderitu. But
he's a very careful man, the way he chooses it. And each time he says Nderitu, he really means Nderitu.
I want to just to latch on that. Where do we rope in the competition authority with this? Because this is unfair competition.
Regime, I was an independent governor. One of two elected in Kenya, not on any political party.
True. Except that you're always on top of the car somewhere.
Competition authority.
When government is doing something, the institutions are emasculated. They cannot carry out their mandates. For example, Kenya Bureau of Standards. the quality of this cooking oil, for instance, that we produce here, there are parameters that are provided by law of what we should produce. But what is being allowed into the country? Oh, KNT is told, KEBS is told, no. This is government. You clear it. And so they'll clear anything that is being supplied in this country. And the same thing with those competitions. They cannot really, when it is government, it's institutions that are being told, my friend, so I think that I don't expect those institutions to act now.
Then we'll be actually getting elements of mercury afterwards.